个硬件产品的过程，但这样带来的变化呢，无限的变成了。
We see change taking place at a much higher speed, and that is a challenge, keeping up and trying to remain a step ahead.
信息产业这一两个就是从产业结构上，硬件将
The world is changing.
And what I think for us is the biggest challenge also is that the idea about who your competitors are is also changing, where we knew well who our competitors were and who our peers were. Now today, I think our peers and in particular competitors of tomorrow are potentially very different.
The leaders must have a capability to change or transform the organization or the institution, and you need to have an authority for that. So with what kind of authority the leader will lead the change is a subject linked to it. For me, this implies a kind of authority that balances some top-down initiatives, but that gives room for the empowerment of the local leaders. So I don't know if it's influence and so on, but to give them a space to get empowered while following a tight agenda with high speed on change. And I am convinced in this volatile environment, in this necessity to change, being closer to the customer, and understanding what is valuable for them is even more important. If you go there and create value with them, you will move in the right direction.
Say what we in our company try to do more and more is creating more and more transparency. That means you can get accessibility, the information, have it, and we also make sure you understand that. So that's because that means that people also get involved, because 99.9% of your people working with you, if they understand what you want to do as a leader, they go and they work together.
Well, with the whole Arab Spring, I think the whole idea of collaboration becomes a bigger theme. So it's not just about being competitive, where the traditional thinking is if I'm competitive, then for me to win you have to lose. But it is also about being collaborative, which says that, there are many areas in which we collaborate, but we compete in the marketplace.
A little bit about the value add stuff, and I know he has a big responsibility.
I think it's very important that we need to deepen our learning along with the development of the enterprise and globalization. And I think the most important thing to learn is the innovative practice. So it's not just the theories, but also the practices, the ongoing practices by the companies in other countries, for example. Because we are not just to learn here, most important thing is for us to apply the knowledge back home.
You can't be dictatorial today. It's more of, called managing from the center, right? It has to be through, or leading from the center, if you will, leading through influence versus being a dictator.
We were not that impacted by the crisis.
The problem is that within a very large organization, reacting to all of this stuff, you end up with complexity within your own organization as to how on earth do you structure a company that will face up to all of this external complexity, and how do you make sure that it keeps communicating with itself?
But I have to make an intentional effort, right, to understand that changes that may have been defined in 2000 is not how it's going to be defined in 2020.
We need to really win the hearts and minds of our people to motivate them to work hard to achieve our mission. We have no choice but to do that.
The history of